Deputy Terence Flanagan as the next question. Deputy Flanagan.
Yeah, thanks, Laskin Corla. It's just to ask the Minister to ensure that there's adequate support hours for children who have Down syndrome, and if she could comment just on our interim measure that she announced on the 24th of March, and also about the new resource allocation model. When will that be introduced, Minister?
Thank you, Minister.
Thanks, Deputy. As you know, I have recently held a number of meetings with Down Syndrome Ireland and with parents of children with Down syndrome. Following these discussions, I agreed to review the educational provision for children with Down syndrome. I've now provided for the NCSE to make additional allocations of 2.5 resource teaching hours per week to schools in respect of any child with Down syndrome currently not eligible for low-incidence resource teaching hours. I will ensure that adequate teaching resources are made available to implement this decision. This will address a central concern parents had. The children with Down syndrome with a mild general learning difficulty did not have adequate support or certainty of the supports they would receive under the general allocation scheme. This measure has been introduced pending the introduction of new special needs teacher allocation model, the model recommended by the NCSE. So just in relation to your last question about the timing, I'm not sure yet, Deputy Flanagan, because there's some work to be done, particularly in relation to the area of complex needs, and that's being done by the HSE at the moment. So we're awaiting the outcome of that so that we have the full information in terms of implementing the new model.
Thank you. Deputy Terence Flanagan.
Just to thank the Minister for her response, and very much to welcome the 2.5 hours allocation hours per week for children who have Down syndrome. And as you know, Minister, those children face extreme difficulties when it comes to learning, when it comes to speech and language, and any help that's there is very much appreciated. Education is crucial for all children, that every child gets an equal opportunity to contribute and to achieve the best that they can actually achieve. So I do welcome very much the 2.5 hours, and that's, as you said, is an interim measure. And it's something that has been campaigned on, as you know, by families and by Down Syndrome Ireland for many, many years. So regarding, I suppose, the new resource allocation model, is there any time frame that you can give? It's just so that families can know for the future that their needs of their children will be fully considered.
Thank you. Minister?
Well, I don't have a definite time frame, Deputy Flanagan. I don't know if it will be in time for the next school year, for 2016. Apparently the work is ongoing, but I don't believe, and I probably won't be the Minister for Education at the time, but I don't believe that it should be introduced until the identification process is done, and that is being done by the HSE based on the needs of children that they deal with in the early years, and they're working on that, but I believe there's still quite a bit of work to be done.
Thank you.
Just to ask in conclusion, is there any other children that's been looked at as well, apart from children with Down syndrome who have the mild learning disabilities? Just if you would give a bit more information as to the process and the new model and what's involved.
The new model will deal with all children with disabilities, so it's a model for the allocation generally for children with disabilities, and it has been published. The draft proposals have been published by the National Council for Special Education, but it's just that because we don't have enough data, it's not ready to be introduced. And Down Syndrome Ireland certainly did believe that the new model would be more positive in terms of the children with Down syndrome. But as I say, we're just not ready to introduce it.
Thank you.